Hello, folks. Welcome to Scratch the Surface. My name's EJ Scott. Today, my guest is Emily Candini, improviser extraordinaire, teacher, hippie, friend, dog lover. Before I get into what we talked about, let me give myself a plug. You can find me on Twitter at EJ Scott and the podcast at EJ Podcast. I'm on Instagram, EJScott1106. My website is ejscott.com. I have a documentary called Running Blind. It is only available digitally on Amazon, Google Play, and iTunes for $2 or $3. You can rent or buy this documentary. I think it's on YouTube as well for rental or buy. Running Blind is about me running 12 marathons in 12 states in 2012 blindfolded. Why would I do such a crazy thing? Well, I am losing my eyesight to an eye disease called choroideremia. It runs in my family. My grandfather was blind. My mother's a carrier. My brother is legally blind. My sister's a carrier. And her two boys have the disease as well. So I'm always looking to raise awareness and raise funds for the cause. And one of those ways was running 12 marathons in 2012 and making a documentary short out of it. It's about 30 minutes long and well worth your time and money if you go check it out. So please do. And also, if you want to learn more about choroideremia, you could go to curechm.org. Okay. Emily and I have known each other since I moved to Chicago around 2008. So about 10 years now. I haven't seen her in a while, and she's been sick. So she was in Chicago when she was sick in the hospital. Then I think she was in San Francisco or something like that, sick in another hospital. She came to my house in Los Angeles when she wasn't in the hospital, and we talked about what's going on with her. Apparently she has an infection in her brain, and the doctors can't figure out what's going on. She talks about it. We talk about it at great length. It's pretty scary. To me, it's pretty scary. She has a very, I don't know, what's the right word? She has a very, I don't know, I say casual outlook on it. I don't know. But you judge for yourself. She seems less worried than me. But she is a hilarious person, so we do have tons of laughs in this hour. We talk about Chicago and improvising in Chicago and her parents and traveling and moving all around and dating and dogs and I think we covered a lot of bases. She's a great lady. I'm so happy that I got to chat with her on my podcast. And I hope you will enjoy it too. Even if you don't know Emily, I think you'll enjoy the conversation. So from September 22nd, 2018, enjoy my talk with Emily Candini. All right, one more time. Hi, Emily.
Hi, EJ.
Another very natural greeting and organic.
That's what I do. Very hello.
I've been spending the last 10 minutes futzing with my computer because there was some weird stuff going on with my computer, and she's been very patient with me. Thank you.
Oh no, what should I have done? Flipped out?
I don't know, probably.
What's wrong with you? Do you?
What kind of fucking interview is this?
I was just gonna ask if you curse and then you say fucking.
Oh yeah.
So I guess we're okay.
Oh yeah. Let it fly. Let it fly. It'd be weird to censor my guests like that.
I think you. I mean, it would also be funny if it was you put in like sound effects anytime someone cursed.
Right. Well, you and I have known each other quite a while now.
Yeah, a long time.
I moved to Chicago in 2008.
Yep.
And moved out in 2011. So I met you within that time. I don't remember when exactly.
I don't either.
But we've never really gotten to like sit down like this, and that's what I like about my podcast is like I get to take people like yourself that I've known like for a long time, but I don't really know that well.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I'm going to find out about you. Is that okay?
Yeah, no problem.
Where are you from originally?
I'm from Stockton, California.
Okay.
In Northern California.
Your siblings?
Yeah. I have an older sister and an older brother.
Did you guys get along in Stockton?
They're 12 and 9 years older than me.
Oh.
So I'm kind
You're the surprise?
No, I was a plan. I wasn't a surprise. But, yeah, my mom wanted to have another kid.
Okay.
So, yeah, but I kind of grew up kind of only childy. Just because...
They all moved out of the house.
Yeah, they were so much older than I was.
My brother's like that. My brother's 10 years younger than me, and I have an older sister.
Yeah.
So he was a surprise to my 42-year-old mother.
Dango.
That she was pregnant, and I was home, or, I was 10, so I guess I helped raise him for 7 years.
You helped her
or
give
something.
birth.
Exactly.
You were 10, so you were her midwife.
I learned it in
you were ready.
Health class or something. And then I moved when I was 18. I moved out.
Yeah.
So he was 8.
Yeah.
And my sister was she had gone to college and stuff.
Yeah.
And then it becomes weird because my family, like, how old was your mom when she had you?
She was 30, I think.
30?
Yeah. Yeah, she had my sister young.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so my parents basically retired not long after I moved out of the house.
Whoa, yeah.
And so now my brother was living with 2 retired mid-50 people, and whatever. So they were like a threesome.
That's funny.
Wherever my parents went, because they were traveling though. So then they'd go on trips, and he'd go with them, and all that stuff, and they became very close.
So he's always been an old man.
Kind of. I mean, he's still on Long Island. He's still very, very close to my parents. He does not live that far from them. So to Stockton. So how long were you there? What'd your parents do? Also.
Oh, I mean, business people jobs.
Did they have businesses?
No, they worked for like big businesses, for like a big phone company and a big bank.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Did they like their jobs? Could you tell?
No, of course they didn't.
Yeah, and then some.
No.
Were they?
They were not freewheeling.
Did they want to be artists? Were they like,
Yeah, my dad was an anthropologist, archaeologist. That's what he went through school for, and my mother went to college for English. And neither of them ended up doing either of those things. Is
that because they got married? Like, did they get married so young?
Yeah, they got married really young, and they had 2 kids really early, and so they just had responsibilities.
Did they get pregnant and then married?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely. At 18, they were like, let's fucking get married.
This sounds like a great idea. And then have 2 kids right away.
Yeah. But yeah, no, they were hippies, so they were pretty chill.
They're like, it's cool, man, whatever.
Yeah, they were pretty chill. But then they had kids, so they were like, we need jobs.
Need to grow up.
So eventually, they both got jobs.
That's depressing. When you're a hippie and you're like, whatever, man, and then you're like, nope, gotta work for the man.
Kids, man.
And kids.
They had kids,
That's
so
a
they
bummer.
had to do it.
That's a bummer. Are they still together?
Oh God, no! Dad's dead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's funny. I'm kidding. I'm sure it's, but it's fine. I mean, like, people die. It's hard, but it happens a lot.
Can I ask what he died of?
Of being like a bummer.
Can you die from that shit? I died like 20
you
times.
should be fucking careful. Yeah, no, he got to a point in his life where he just didn't really want to live anymore. And so, and he had substance abuse problems. So he was lying to the family about, like, he told us he had Parkinson's to explain his alcoholic shakes.
Wow.
Yeah, and so he was dying, and he knew he was dying, and we were getting ready to do an intervention over Christmas. And then one night he just, went too far and...
OD'd on alcohol or drugs?
I guess my uncle was apparently with him. I don't even know, like, the full story. My family's weird. Like, we're half, we're Italian, so there's, like, a lot of, like, yelling and openness, but then we're also, like,
repressed
Lutherans, so we're, like, Swedish and German, and so there's a lot of, like, we just don't say things.
Right. Raised Catholic?
No. Like my family was Catholic, but my parents were not at all involved in religion. They were never believers.
Okay.
But my mother's grandfather was a Lutheran minister, so there was always like we were around it.
Yeah. But that must have. How old were you when he died?
I was 25.
Wow.
Yeah.
That must have been hard.
It was just really surreal.
Yeah.
Like we had a very strange relationship, like not a lot of contact, and we only communicated really through like music. Like we liked music, the same types of music, and literature. And he sent me books and stuff like that, but we were never close.
That's so sad. That's so sad.
Yeah, it's okay though.
Was he sad? Was he closer with your other siblings at all?
He was close. Yeah, he was closer to my sister. You know, he was around my brother more than he was around me. My parents separated when I was 6 weeks old. My mom really wanted another kid. She wanted her kids to all have the same father and the same last name, so she knew they were going to separate. But she didn't want to be
one for the road.
She didn't want to be pregnant or be in like the first few weeks with a new baby alone. She needed the help, and then like after 6 weeks, I've got it.
Thanks for your help.
And she kicked him out. Yeah.
Oh, that's a little crazy.
Yeah.
That's very dramatic.
Yeah, she's nuts. It's great. Yeah, I mean, she right before me, and she, wouldn't be worried or offended if I talk about anything, but she had a miscarriage right before me. And she was like, all right, got to try again.
Round 2.
Yeah, so she really wanted another baby.
Wow. Yeah, my mom had a couple miscarriages.
Yeah.
One before I was born, one after I was born.
They're real common.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she, I don't know, I don't think it stays with her or anything like that I'm aware of.
I don't think my mother's did either. I think there's a lot of people who try repeatedly, and
that's hard.
And so that
would be hard.
Like I know a friend of mine, painful.
A friend of mine did that. She had multiple miscarriages.
Horrible.
Multiple. She finally, now she has a son.
That's
but
great.
It took forever, it sounds like. That must have been really hard for her too.
Yeah.
Boy, that's crazy. So it's funny that you talk about that though, because I just came from an Al-Anon meeting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I go to Al-Anon.
Al-Anon's great.
Yeah. Do you do that too?
No, but when I quit drinking, I did AA for a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When did you quit drinking?
4.5 years ago. Less than 4.5 years ago.
It's about when Banner was born.
Yeah, I quit when Banner was born. I said the world has changed, and I need to change along with it. What are you
going
doing?
on there? That's one of my dogs. Shush. I'm interviewing. Well, congratulations.
Oh, thanks.
I know that's super difficult and
it's not, and so I feel guilty a lot because
for some
for some people it is, but I've not had like any desire since, and people are like, I was at a friend's house last night for dinner, and she and I were gonna go walk her dog because dogs, and her dog recently had a surgery, so she needs to help it down the stairs. So I took her bourbon from her, and she was like, no, like freaked out.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, it's fine.
Even after 4.5 years.
I was like, it's like,
yeah.
Do you think I'm just going to suddenly drink it? Like, I'm not in that way. I'm okay.
I love bourbon now.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Well,
I do love bourbon. Like, yeah, like no matter what, like just cause like, I like the taste of it.
Yeah.
But I don't need to drink it. And I'm fine with that.
What was your drink of choice?
Bourbon.
Oh, was?
Oh,
No
yeah,
kidding.
baby.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. I like drank.
Drank.
Yeah, like an old man. Yeah.
What made you stop? Was there a low or anything? Something that,
So, like, once a year I would be an asshole. But more than that, it was, I just feel like you're only allotted a certain amount of a certain type of partying in your life. And I did all my drinking in my 20s.
Right.
Because I was a bartender at a comedy club.
Which one?
I.O.
Oh, I
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for a few years. And and it was just like, oh, shit, I drink every night at work. And so I think you're only allowed a certain amount. And then, like, living in LA and driving, and it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense to life here. And
Did you think about your father when you quit? Were you like, well, I don't
for
want to be like
sure.
that?
And like that's a huge part of it too. Is there's like alcoholism on both sides of my family, and so it's just like, just quit now.
Yeah.
Just quit now before I'm like 50 and like who knows?
And end up like your dad.
Yes,
Unfortunately.
I know. Yeah, but I do other things. I still party.
What does that mean?
Like I love mushrooms.
Oh, okay.
Like I love mushrooms. I think they're a fantastic drug.
Okay.
I think that they can benefit a lot of people. Things, yeah.
I've been heard mushrooms help with depression.
I think they're great. I think there's a lot they can do that hasn't been explored, and I think, as far as my experience has been, it's always been incredibly positive. Yeah.
Okay. And sometimes heroin, just occasional.
Just I smoke it. I don't shoot it. I'm not an asshole. No, I recently realized, because I was on a bunch of pain medication, and I called my doctor and said, like, I need to go to the bathroom. I can't take these pain meds anymore. And I realized I would never be a pillhead because I care more about shitting than I do about being high.
Oh, they just keep you constipated?
Yes.
Oh, weird.
Oh, it's a nightmare.
It's awful.
It's the worst. And that's like the worst pain ever is like the like lower back.
Oh.
Incredibly horrible pain from not being able to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, and not being able to fart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I refuse. I refuse. I would rather be in any kind of pain and going to the bathroom than be high.
This happened to me in Chicago.
Yeah.
I had such bad constipation that I thought something was wrong. And I was freaking out. And I was in so much pain for, I don't know, at least an entire day going into, early morning, like 2 a.m. or something.
Yeah.
That I couldn't sleep, and I was freaking out. I was getting worse. Every hour was getting worse. That I just, at 2 a.m., walked to the hospital that was down the street from me. And they're like, yeah, you're just constipated. And like they made fun of me a little bit. And I'm like, I am? I was sure. I'd never had that before. So I was sure something was wrong. And
that's always my fear.
I know. They're like, no, you're dehydrated.
Anytime I go to the hospital, I'm afraid they're going to be like, you idiot.
I mean, I guess,
It's gas.
Well, thankfully, that's all it was, right? So at least it wasn't worse.
No, it's great.
But you mentioned health issues yourself.
Yeah.
You want to talk about some of that?
I don't care.
I saw on Instagram you were posting pictures about you in the hospital and stuff.
I love to post pictures from the hospital.
And but I didn't know what was going on, really. So you told me a little bit earlier. So would you like to...
Sure, yeah. They don't know what I have. I'm sick. And I've had issues with infections for like the last 4 or 5 years.
Since you quit drinking, that's interesting.
Oh, shit. Get me a drink, EJ.
Get us some bourbon, pronto.
It's the only thing. Oh my gosh, what if it is that? I made a huge mistake.
I hope you don't go off the wagon just because of my stupid comment.
made a huge mistake. I need to drink again.
No, I'm sure that's not it. I'm sure that's not it. So I'm sorry. So you have an infection. What does that mean?
I don't know.
You don't know? Really?
I mean, yeah. I mean,
You said it was in your brain?
It's not in my brain. It's in my head.
In your head.
Yeah.
In your skull.
Yeah, it's on the left side. And they can't get to it. They attempted to get to it through a surgery in Chicago. But it is right near a cluster of nerves. So the surgeries are not super safe. And the ENTs, the ear, nose, and throat doctors, are always like, don't go in there. And then the infectious disease specialists, because they really want to know what's in there, are like, let's do a surgery. So it's a lot of like balancing what's best.
Yeah.
And it's just going to be a lot of surgeries and a lot of testing and trying to figure out what's going on. And I mean, right now it's fine. I'm always in pain, but that's fine.
What does it feel like?
I'd rather be pooping. It feels like someone's pulling off my ear.
Oh. Okay.
Because, when it manifests and when it becomes inflamed, it like deforms my left ear and the left side of my face and my neck and jaw. And gets like really bright red and really hot. So it's there. It's still there. Who knows? At this point, it might always be there because it came back suddenly 4 years later.
So it was gone. It disappeared?
Well, no, it didn't disappear.
It
was like under control, I think. And I think my body was like successfully fighting it, or who knows? Like they
can't figure it out.
They don't know what's going on. They
That's
see
so
it
strange.
in scans, and they see like pockets of fluid and an abscess and stuff, but they can't get to it.
Are you still looking for other doctors that do know what's going on or that can help with that?
Yeah, always. I have.
Maybe somebody listening might know somebody that can help you,
maybe somebody listening might be the infectious disease specialist I need.
Maybe.
Doctor, if you're out there.
Please contact
Please.
Emily and EJ.
Yeah.
Seriously.
At emilyandej@gmail.com.
No, that's not a real
that's an
email.
email
No, that's
address.
not a real
Yes,
email
it is.
address.
That's where we answer all our
No, it's
emails.
not.
We also don't have personal emails. We answer
No,
all our
we don't.
emails there, and we see
No.
everything we write to each other.
That's not true.
So it's one of those things of you don't know what's going to happen.
That's scary. How are you dealing with that?
It's fine. Like you get to a point.
Doesn't sound fine. But,
Well, you get to a point where you're like, as long as I'm not in the hospital and as long as I don't have a PICC line, like, I don't give a shit.
Right.
And also, like, it's life.
Yeah.
Like, this is what happens. And whatever it is, like, either I'll be able to fight it or I won't. Yeah. And that's how it goes. But I can't, I'm not going to, like, live to stress about that.
Right.
Yeah. Because I could be in the hospital tomorrow.
Yeah.
So,
And they still have more tests to give you? Is that right?
Yeah. It's like the next couple months is pretty much just that.
Test.
And then I have a surgery on October 5th.
Okay.
And
what's that one going to do?
They're supposed to try to go in from a different angle to try to avoid the nerves.
So they
try to draw out a sample of the fluid to see if that contains the bacteria so that they know which bacteria they're fighting so they can more successfully fight it. Because right now they just give me like crazy antibiotic cocktails intravenously and just pump me full of a bunch of antibiotics until something works. Yeah.
So they want to take a sample of that to see what it is?
Yep.
Basically, test
and that won't tell them what causes it or anything like that, because there's nothing that they can pinpoint that is like causing the infection. So they're just trying to figure it out. Yeah, and doctors are just people. And some doctors are real bad. Some doctors are real good. I've had some bad ones. Really? Yeah, I had a really bad experience in a Chicago emergency room. Yeah. They wouldn't admit me. And I think that they thought I was like trying to get, opioids or something. Yeah. and they kicked me out of the emergency room because the CT came back clean. And I went through this period of like 24 hours where I was like, am I that kind of insane?
Right.
Am I the kind of insane to where like I'm imagining this?
Right.
And then the next day another CT came back and the infection was there. And so I was like, oh, okay, I'm not that kind of crazy.
That's fucking crazy.
But it like fucked with my head and like, because I knew I
course.
didn't want drugs.
Yeah.
And I was like, but if it's not showing up in the scan, but I know this feeling, like my ear got like boiling hot.
Right.
It started swelling. My neck started swelling. My jaw started stiffening.
Yeah.
And I was like, how is this possible? The infection is back.
And that's what it felt like 4 years ago?
Yeah.
5 years ago?
Yeah. And they were like, no.
What happened 4 or 5 years ago where it kind of went away?
Well, they put me on antibiotics in the hospital. I was in the hospital for a while, and then they gave me a PICC line.
What's a PICC line?
It's like a permanent IV.
Okay.
Like it goes in your heart and through your arm, through your major artery and into your heart.
Whoa.
And it stays there.
That's fucking
so they don't have to keep poking you so your veins don't shut down.
Does that hurt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, like, it's more of like an annoyance, and it's stressful because you're constantly aware that like you can't it can't be messed with.
Yeah.
Like if it starts to get like come out or something like that, it's like you have to get to an emergency room because that's not a good thing. Because it's a tube going through your body.
Did you have to go through any of this stuff before 5 years ago? Any hospital stuff? This just all came suddenly.
Yeah.
And you don't know if this is like a inherited thing or anything like
They
that.
have no idea.
No idea.
They have no idea.
Jesus. That's
Yeah.
terrifying. So where's your mom these days?
She is in Northern California. I went to stay with her after I was in Chicago. While I was recovering, I stayed there for like a month because it was...
You guys got along?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was just... I get really tired.
Yeah.
I've like not a lot of energy, I think, because my body is just like...
It's always working.
Trying to fight infections.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awful. Oh, I was gonna suggest. Have you? You probably tried laxatives.
Oh, I love a laxative.
Would you like one now?
Please, thank you.
No, I mean, like, have you tried that to help you go?
I was on all sorts of stuff
to
try to go. Like they were like putting things into my IV to help me go, and it wasn't working. And I suffered from crazy insomnia when I was in the hospital too. I was awake for like 5 days.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was horrible.
And just in a bed for 5 days.
Yeah.
And just awake. That sucks. What'd you do?
My friends all came.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They helped you.
My friends all showed up and would stay all day and all night, and it was great. Nice. And then they'd sleep, and I'd just sit there and watch them sleep.
And watch them snore, probably.
Yeah, it was great.
That sucks. I'm so sorry you're going through all this.
It's okay.
Well,
yeah.
I don't think it's okay, and I'm gonna do something about it. I don't know what yet, but give me some time.
Oh my gosh, please cure me.
When you were growing up, did you perform?
Yeah.
Would you do
always.
Plays and stuff?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did theater. I started probably when I was like 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you like, give me attention? Were you an attention seeker?
Yeah, I was. I was always funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you get your humor from?
Myself.
Mm-hmm. Your parents are funny?
No, my dad's funny. My mom's funny. My brother, like everyone in my immediate family is like really, like everyone in my immediate family is like the funniest of their friends.
Okay.
I mean, but then I'm the funniest out of all them.
So yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty
good.
I did okay. When your father passed, how'd everybody take that, your family?
Fine. It was weird. Just because it was like so unexpected.
Yeah.
And
he died of like what, liver failure or something, heart attack?
Yeah, it was like his heart started to fail and he fell.
Oh, and he fell.
And hit his head, yeah.
Oh, and that's what...
And, yeah, so it was like a combination of those things.
Ooh, he just like fell on a step or a counter or something.
He fell down in his bathroom.
Oh,
He was like at a bar, and my uncle was at the bar, his brother.
Yeah.
And I guess my dad started like throwing up in like a fucked up, weird, heart attacky way. And my uncle took him home. And then my uncle called my sister, I guess the next day. Like he tried to go by the house, and then he called my sister the next day, and he was like, "You need to go check on your dad." And then my sister walked in, and he was dead.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
But we found a pound of weed in his freezer, baby.
All right. Where it rains, it shines.
Yeah. So I basically smoked a pound of weed.
Oh, my God.
In like a month. It was really funny. Yeah, but yeah, it's strange. It's like we all had like our own ways in which we were close to him. But also, like, no one was really close to him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, if he was keeping such a big secret that he
yeah.
he knew something was wrong with him.
Yeah, we talked to his doctor after he died, and his doctor was like, I haven't seen him in 15 years.
Oh, shit.
And we were like, wait, what?
Jeez.
Yeah, and I think he said something like he had, like, MS or something, which is why his legs were weak, or he was just like, I've got diseases. And we were like, I think we need an intervention.
Parents are so weird.
Everyone's weird. I mean, humans are weird, but that's okay. Life is horrible, but that's okay. Life is suffering.
Yeah.
I just keep,
So
I don't like religion, but, I think Buddhism's at least a little right on to be like, all life is suffering. Only your acceptance of that suffering will bring you any joy.
Right. Thanks, Buddha.
That's only that, baby.
So you said you did like AA?
Yeah.
How long did you do AA for?
I did it probably for like the first year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was never super hardcore.
Yeah. Did you ever get a sponsor or anything like that?
I had a sponsor for a short period of time. Yeah, I think AA is great. And I have a lot of friends who are helped by it. And I'm not opposed to it at all. Like, I'm down to go back to a meeting. And I've taken a lot of people to meetings when people want to get sober and things like that. I'm all for that. It's a really good thing. A lot of it doesn't work for me. And that's okay.
Yep.
But they got some rules and stuff that, higher powers and things like that. And as like I worked some of the steps, I had to like come at it from my own angle,
right?
To figure it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it can be really good, and I think it can be really helpful for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And then I just feel guilty because I'm like, I just decided to quit. One day I was like, that's it. I'm not drinking anymore. And then I just haven't had anything to drink since. And I haven't like made a big fuss about it. Like a lot of friends don't even know that I don't drink. A lot of them do. It's not like hidden or anything.
Yeah.
But I'm fine being around it. I'm fine making drinks for other people still because I bartended.
Sure. Some people are like that. I talked to Brian Stack.
Yeah.
And
I love to smell a glass of wine.
Yeah.
Just because, like, my mom's very into wine, and so she gets really fancy wines, and I'm like, I want to smell it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I never have the desire to, like, drink. It's just not important.
That's great.
I feel so lucky.
Yeah. That's lucky. Because my brother, he spent a couple years struggling, and he went to rehab twice, and... so much stuff.
I've seen that too, yeah.
So he just has a year under his belt now.
That's
but
amazing.
he lost his wife left him.
Yeah.
He lost a job.
Yep.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
He and I didn't talk for 2 years.
Yeah.
That stuff happens.
Yeah. I fully believe I'm an alcoholic.
Yeah.
I'm not a hardcore alcoholic.
Yeah, there's probably a spectrum. There's probably a spectrum.
Thankfully, yeah.
Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
I'm curious, what was your dad into? What'd he like? Do you remember?
He liked music.
I mean, did he like...
to drink?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Who knows?
Is he a bourbon guy?
Nah, I think he drank a lot of beer.
A lot of beer.
Yeah, I think he drank a lot of beer.
Just lots and lots of beer. I was a beer person too. I'm still a beer person, but I don't drink. I'm more of a sugar. We have there's addiction in our family, so I'm like,
yeah.
I'm not. I like beer sometimes, but
you're more addicted to sugar.
But but soda like
really
sends me over the moon. Yeah.
Oh.
And it's bad because I'm like, fuck. I'm trying to lose weight, and I'll just grab like a 60-ounce soda, and it'll be gone in seconds.
Yeah, for sure. My addictions are caffeine.
Mm-hmm.
Like I try to refuse Diet Coke. Like I won't buy myself a Diet Coke unless like I'm having a real rough go of it.
Sure.
And then smoking.
Are you still smoking?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you gotta quit smoking.
I know they keep telling me.
I hate to be a dick.
I know they keep telling me. But
it's so hard.
It's like, and I know I have to, and I get it. But at the same time, I'm just like, I could be dying, guys.
Like, let me have my cigarette.
Let me have a cigarette. Let me have a cigarette. Let me smoke weed every once in a while.
Yeah.
Let me take mushrooms once a year.
Weed's not that bad. I don't think, medicinal.
Yeah.
There's so many good things. There's really good things for mushrooms, like you said, and there's really, really good things for weed.
Yeah.
There's nothing good about tobacco.
No, that's true. You know what? You got me. And I've quit.
I smoked for 15 years, so I get it.
Yeah. No, I love it when people, are like, that's bad for you.
I know.
I'm like, wait, what?
I know. It's terrible. I get it. I've been there.
Oh, I'm fine with it.
I've been there.
Everyone tells me, like, on the daily. Like, every friend I have is like, you have to quit. You have to quit. And I did. Oh, I was so bummed. I quit. I obviously quit when I was in the hospital. Like, I'm not an asshole.
Right.
Like, I wasn't like, wheel me out. And I didn't smoke after I got out of the hospital for, like, a month.
Okay.
Yeah, but then I was around a bunch of smokers. Yeah. My best friend from when I was young came down from Portland to hang out with me while I was at my mom's, and she still smokes. Yeah. And then my brother came to help me out, and so I was just like, I couldn't hang on.
I know. I get it.
I couldn't hang on. I was around too many goddamn smokers.
I get it.
And I was like stuck. I was like, I just sit in this house and watch people smoke in the backyard.
It's hard. It stinks.
It smells so bad. It's so gross.
Yeah, and that's another thing. So I quit 13 years ago.
Dang, congrats.
Thank you. And now like being around it is really difficult for me. Not because I crave it, but it's like it's really gross to me. Good. Yeah.
That's good.
I know.
Yeah. I've read the Quit Smoking book. It didn't work. Yeah. I got hypnotized.
You smoked a book.
I got hypnotized. That didn't work.
Yeah.
So it's not for like lack of trying.
Sure. I was thinking of hypnotism for my eating.
Hypnotism's weird.
Yeah, what do they do?
It's they hypnotize you.
But like, how's that like a watch?
They're like, go to sleep, stupid.
Oh, that's it? I can do that.
And they make you do weird shit. No, it's pretty cool. It didn't work for me for the smoking. It's cool. It's weird. It's weird, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does it feel like?
You can't even, like, really describe it.
Do you even remember being hypnotized?
Absolutely.
You do?
Yeah, I remember everything from the sessions, yeah. But, yeah, it's weird.
Mm.
Yeah. And I was successfully hypnotized. Like, it did work.
Yeah.
But... yeah, it's hard to describe.
Yeah, okay. Man, I'd still like to try. I would like to try it.
It's pretty cool. You should try it.
Really?
Yeah. It's at least fun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it expensive?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Everything is. What are you talking about?
That's a given.
Yeah, everything's expensive. Everything is $1,000. Everything I see, I assume is $1,000.
That's a good bet. What's that house? 1,000?
Yeah, 1,000, and I don't have it right now, so can't own a house. Yep, I can't afford that house.
All right, so you were a performer growing up in Stockton, and then you went to college where?
I didn't.
You didn't go to college?
No.
When did you move to Chi-Town, or did you move to other places?
Chicago in 2004.
Where were you before then?
I was all around, bopping around, San Francisco, yeah.
Just trying to find yourself?
No, I mean, I was doing stuff. I was doing theater, and I did some stand-up, and
cool. So you were trying to follow that that path.
Yeah,
Okay.
like never super aggressively, and I never will, like really aggressively. I don't know. I think like the whole thing is so weird and silly.
You were saying earlier, you're like, you're not performing right now and you don't miss it.
No.
Yeah.
Why would I? Am I that selfish? I need to hear them. I need to hear them call my name.
I need it.
Oh no, never. No, I mean performance is like so embarrassing. Like to be like, everyone look at me, put a camera on me.
You're a great performer.
I know. Yeah. I'm pretty good at it. But and it's also like, you know, like it's the same thing as like, you know, people are like, ooh, it's Halloween, let's get dressed up. And I'm like, nah, dude.
Yeah.
Like I do that all the time. I don't want to get dressed up. Tonight's a night off. Yeah, just performance is so silly and Hollywood is so silly and everyone takes it so seriously. And when, you know, the things that stress other people out, I just find embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like for them, not for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, when like anytime someone's like, yeah, that guy hustles, like I get physically ill. Like that's,
maybe that's
so embarrassing. Like, and especially if they're talking about like, you know, like a normal average like white, you know, cis straight male, like hustling. I'm like, you don't hustle. You never ran a hustle. Shut the fuck up. Calm down.
Maybe that's why you're sick.
Probably my poor attitude.
These guys hustling are making you sick.
Yeah, no, just like the greasiness of all of it. And
what do you prefer, Chicago or LA?
I mean, neither now.
Neither, okay.
I mean, I preferred Chicago like 2006. That was sick. That was a great year. But like, you can't go back. It's not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't go home, especially when everybody's here.
That's true.
Like hundreds of, you know, our closest friends moved here within 3 years of each other. So
when I went to visit, there's
nobody to see.
There's no one.
You've got like 3 people to see.
Caesar.
There's 3 people to see. I don't even go to Iowa. What's the point? No one there knows who I am.
Yeah.
Which is kind of amazing.
Yeah.
And I like. But yeah, just like the self-importance of all of it and the importance people put, like putting, you know, importance in the way in which people do on anything creative is going to kill it. It's going to kill it. Like, you can't worship the work. It'll just make you less of a performer. And I've always said that.
Yeah.
You know, and I always encourage people to kill their heroes, get over it, be your own person, be your own performer. Because if you like idolize the way someone works, you're just going to be a copy of their work, and copies get weaker, baby. Yeah. So, in the hierarchy, it's so embarrassing. No one's getting paid.
Yeah.
No, like...
And even if somebody is, it's not anything.
It's like you're all embarrassing yourselves. Calm down. None of this is important. None of it's important. And you're not going to get good worrying about whether or not you had a successful improv scene. Like, that's so ridiculous.
All right, so you moved out in 2004, you said? Mm-hmm. What made you go to Chicago?
I went to go do Steppenwolf in Second City.
Oh yeah.
And then by accident went to IO because it was in the neighborhood I moved into.
Wrigleyville?
Yeah, and then was like, I can do that. I was like, that looks really fucking easy.
Do you remember who you saw?
Emily Wilson.
What's that? I don't know her.
She's great.
Yeah.
I saw her and I was like, oh, I can do that. That looks way easier than theater. And it is. It's so much easier.
Well, if you were doing theater, were you taking theater classes? Sometimes they have improv classes in theater places.
I did short form,
Yeah.
like for a second. Like I knew what short form was,
Yeah.
but I had no idea what long form was when I moved to Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. And did you go through Steppenwolf?
No.
No?
I never went. I was supposed to.
But you did Second City. Oh, you didn't do that
No,
either?
I did part of it.
Okay.
I did part of their conservatory when I first got there. I did, I think, like a level and a half, basically.
Okay.
And just was like, this is not the place for me.
Yeah.
At the time.
And then you saw IO stuff and you were like, oh, that's more my fit.
Yeah, it was just easier.
Yeah.
And Second City wasn't difficult. Classes were difficult because of the people. And I think the people at IO, everybody was just so excited and gung-ho and not, like, angling toward an end.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, but
Saturday
people
Night
at
Live or
Second
something.
City were like, I want to get on tour,
Yeah.
and I was like, why? They don't make any money.
Yeah. That's interesting because I remember when I moved there, you were performing with Susan and Rachel.
Yeah.
And somebody else. Who else?
Alana
Alana.
Johnston.
And what was that show called? It was a fun show. You remember?
Oh, I don't. Well, that was Messing with a Friend. Susan brought back Messing with a Friend and just put Alana and I on it for like a while.
Oh.
And we did but that was like our first shows at IO was Susan brought back Messing with a Friend when Alana and I were still in classes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was crazy.
But what was the show you did with Mason? Remember?
Mason played all those shows with us too, but that actually was before your time, so you wouldn't remember. But we did a show. Oh, I did a show with Susan Messing and Kate Duffy and Rachel Mason.
Oh, maybe that's it.
Yeah.
That might be it. Okay.
Yeah, so that was probably it. And we did that for years at IO.
That's pretty awesome. You got to do stuff with Susan. She was one of the people I sought out when I moved to Chicago.
Yeah, Susan was great.
Because she was, legendary.
I've heard of her.
Like I've heard her. Oh, Susan Messing. Ooh, and then I got to see her perform in IO. And she's so good.
Yeah.
And
when I got there, I didn't know who anyone was.
Yeah.
So I didn't care.
Yeah.
So the way Susan brought back Messing with a Friend was Alana and I were, I think, in Susan's class at the time. We were in level 2 at IO. And like we hadn't been a part of the scene, so we didn't know how to like revere or respect anyone.
Right.
And so we were just like,
That's probably healthier.
It was great.
Yeah.
And so we went up to Susan at a movie theater and we were like, when are we doing Messing with a Friend? And the show had closed. Like she wasn't doing it anymore. And we like annoyed her and made her laugh.
Yeah.
And like she was basically like, if these idiots think they can hang, let's see.
All right.
And
you did.
Yeah, we were fine.
Yeah.
We were good.
That's pretty awesome.
It was good. It was fun.
I wish I saw that show. I don't think I did.
They were fun. They were good shows. Yeah. And we just kind of started performing right away, which made a lot of people resent us.
Right.
Like I remember when I started playing Armando, people were pissed. 'Cause I had only been there like a couple years.
Yeah.
And people tried to get me kicked out of the show. And it didn't work.
Well, how'd you get invited? I mean, do you remember who invited you?
TJ.
TJ did. Oh,
Yeah.
wow, awesome.
TJ actually, he invited me to be the monologist one night.
Right.
They had a monologist cancel, and he walked up to me and was like, we need a monologist. Can you do it? And I was like, I've never done Armando. And he was like, you can handle it. And I was like, all right. And I did it. And then after that, TJ was like, come back next week if you want to play in the cast.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love TJ.
TJ stood up for me when people tried to kick me off the show. TJ and Paul Grandi and Noah Gregoropoulos. The three of them went to bat for me with Sharna. Yeah. And they were like, she's staying. We asked her. And Noah was like, nope. She's in. And yeah. And then I proved Sharna wrong, so that was nice. Because then she was the monologist shortly after that. And so I was like, I have to destroy this show. I have to have such a good show.
Right.
And I had a great show.
Great.
Yes.
Thank God. Now it's different. Last time I was in Chicago, I got invited to play. And this time I did not. And Paul Grandi actually saw me after the show and was like,
why didn't you play?
Different. Yeah, he's like,
yeah.
I go, I wasn't invited. I didn't want to, put myself
right.
He goes, it's different now.
That's so
now.
Weird.
Yeah, I was like, all right, well.
I mean, it all is, though. I mean, all of these theaters are going to close, thank God.
At some point.
Everything's on its way out.
You think so? Why?
Because the work has fallen in on itself. Like, people will not allow it to grow or evolve. And that
UCB's doing pretty good. They keep growing.
Well,
You don't think so? Not so much?
I mean, I'm not gonna say I know anything.
Okay.
But I don't know anything.
Okay, all right. That's fine.
No, I mean, like, the work has just gotten, it's just a bummer to watch. I mean, like, and there's only two kinds of improv I will watch. I don't like watching improv.
Right.
I have no interest. But it has to be, like, genius or horrible. Like, anything between those two, I don't want to see. I don't care about it. I'm sure you're having the time of your lives. Goddess bless. Get into it.
Right.
It's just not, I don't care. But if it's really, really bad, I want to see it in that house.
Yeah.
Or if it's
like a
brilliant.
student show or something.
Oh, God. But sometimes even those, like, they're trying to be too good.
Yeah.
Like, everyone stop trying, and it'll be so much easier.
Right.
Everyone stop trying. Stop trying to be something. Like, relax, and it'll happen. Like, you have to let the improv happen. Everyone's so forceful.
Yeah.
But yeah, the work is just like, ugh. Like, I'm so bored.
What was the last show you saw? Do you remember?
No.
No.
I
A
mean,
long time ago, probably.
like, as far as an improv show, probably ages ago. The last show I saw was a great show. It was Abby McEnany and Julie Nichols have a show in Chicago that they're doing as a podcast, but it's a live little talk show.
Okay.
And they run it out of this studio in Uptown, and it's great.
Okay.
I love that show.
Okay.
But it's something different.
Yeah.
And they treat it like a happening. Like, it's really fun to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think people need to get back into that. And just the way in which people view improv and all of, like, the bad and bullshit that's come out of it, but there's no growth as a result of that. It's just, it's a fucked up community, much like all of these, artistic communities can be.
Yeah. You were very nice when you were teaching at the PAC. You said I could drop in your class anytime.
Yeah.
And I never took you up on
Of
it.
course.
I always meant to, but I was like, fuck.
Anyone could always drop in.
Yeah.
Yeah, people thought that they weren't allowed. And I'd be like, I had a rule with all my students. Like, if you ever, like, from the time you first took my class, it's like, if you ever want to come back, just show up. I'm not going to question you.
Yeah.
Just show up. It can be years later. Show up and say, I missed the second class. I don't remember. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not going to kick you out. And students would show up, like, 3 years after taking class and be like, I just need to be in this week. And I'm like, cool. Yeah, fine.
It's so nice of you.
Oh, gosh. What are you, like, come on. What are you going to do?
You are.
Lock your doors? Like, that kills me. Like, if you're late to class past this amount of time, the door will be locked. Get a life, theater. Get a life. You're not that important. Just, if a student keeps showing up late, don't pass them on to the next level.
Do you ever go to see plays?
Relax.
You ever go see plays?
No, not anymore.
No.
It's all so silly.
Yeah.
Everyone's like,
Do you watch
I'm
TV?
serious.
Do you watch any? What do you like? What's your pastime? What do you like to do pastime? What's your hobbies?
Oh, I like to listen to music.
Okay.
And I mostly hang out with my dog. I do like TV. I like, it's the same. It's like I either want to watch something like genius or horrible.
Right.
You know what I mean?
What are you watching now?
Oh, Jack Ryan. It's so silly.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah. It's real bad, and I'm loving it. It's really, like, the writing's like, oh, buddies. It's like,
Oh, no.
Yeah, no surprises. So I love that. I love it when I can jump ahead, like, aggressively in a plot. Yeah. So, like, yeah, I like watching, like, garbage like that.
Yeah.
I don't like reality TV.
Yeah.
I don't consider that anything.
Yeah.
So I won't watch that.
Do you read?
Yeah.
What are you reading?
God, right now I'm reading, like, an embarrassingly, like, self-helpy book that's,
What's it called?
I don't know. It's like some bullshit.
It's called I Can't Fart, and it's
yeah,
driving me crazy.
Yeah, help! I'm in a fart cycle. No, it's like the power of something, like some bullshit like that. But it's just about power of habit.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm reading that to try to quit smoking.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, keep at it.
Always trying to quit. And then reading
at
Patty Hearst biography that my friend Billy gave me when I was in the hospital. For my birthday, before I was in the hospital.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I met her once.
Shut up.
I met Patty Hearst once.
You made out with her.
I may have fucked
You
her.
did. You made out
not.
with Patty Hearst.
No, I know her daughter a little bit.
Oh.
So I went to her daughter's wedding and met her daughter. Did I meet Patty there? I may have met Patty at a Comic-Con or something.
I know her daughter a little bit.
A little bit.
Crazy.
It's pretty crazy. Her daughter looks exactly like her.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I love genetics like that. I'm like, you look just like your mom. It's crazy. that always like shocks me. I'm like, you look just like. It always stops me.
You look just like the people who
gave
DNA.
birth to you. Yeah. I don't know why that shocks me. It really does. Do you date?
No.
You don't date?
I think everyone's gross. I have like a hard time being attracted to people. I'm not asexual. Definitely. But I have an ex-boyfriend that I'm still really close to, that I still love. And maybe
Booty call.
No, he wishes. Maybe one day we'll be together.
Really? You think that? Well, that's interesting.
Probably.
Why?
We're best friends and we're super close, and
the timing's not right.
We still love each other. No, it's not even that. It's just us figuring stuff out and
for like working on yourselves.
Yeah, and
thing?
taking it slow and seeing what happens.
Okay.
So he's pretty great.
Is he a performer?
Yes. He is.
Where does he do it performing besides down below?
He goes down on me and gets paid to do it. That's all he gets paid for.
That's a good gig.
Oh my God. Every time I hear about a celebrity doesn't go down on women, I'm so relieved.
Who are you saying?
DJ Khalid, I think that's what his name is.
DJ Khaled.
Or however you pronounce it. I don't know because I've never said his name before. I actually haven't. That's the first time I've ever said it out loud.
That's right. He was on a radio show or something.
I've only read it on a cocoa butter bottle because he had some special cocoa butter bottles that came out, and I went to buy lotion and was like, he's doing lotion now? Fair enough. But when he was like, I don't eat pussy, and I was like, thank God. Good. There's no way I'd ever want you near my pussy.
Yeah, the women thank him.
Yeah, and then Michael Che apparently doesn't, and I'm like, good. Good.
That's hilarious.
I don't want his mouth near me. He seems like an asshole.
He does.
He seems like an asshole. Why would I want him to go down on me? I have rules about who I'll sleep with.
What are your rules?
You have to be interesting and fun. That's it. But you better not be fucking no, don't be boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, no dum-dums, nobody boring. I've tried that.
No good.
Tried hanging out with oh, this guy will be easy. And they're always end up being the worst ones.
Yeah.
Oh, this dumb jock will be fucking simple.
What do you like to date?
What do I like?
No, what are you like to date? What would...
Oh, I'm sure horrible. I'm so fun. My relationship with everyone is I'm a nightmare, but I'm so fun that people forgive me, but they don't want to. Do you know what I mean? It's that thing where you're mad at somebody, but you're laughing. So
right.
How can you really be mad at them?
You're a good person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, I don't cheat or no, nothing like that. Yeah. I'm just a general dum-dum. I'm a fucking human being.
Yeah.
I make mistakes all the time. I always say the wrong thing. I never don't say something. Mm-hmm. And it's I have a friend who's dating a garbage guy right now, and I just can't be around her.
Oh yeah.
Because everyone knows I'll go, you need to leave him, and it's the first thing I'll say to her.
Yeah. That stuff's hard.
It's. I mean, I just I can't keep my mouth shut. I think it's a pushback on people telling, me as a girl to keep my mouth shut my whole life. And it's only made me yell louder.
And I said, come here and open your mouth.
I know, right?
See?
The only man I trust.
I'll go down on you. Is that
that's what we were talking about. Michael Che. And then who knows? And then there's a girl that I like in Chicago. But like, I can't, because like the way like lesbians work is like, then we'll like be definitely together too soon, and
they're committed. The lesbians committed.
Yeah.
Have you
women are good people.
That's why I date one. Have you dated? So you're a little bi, I'd say.
A little bi.
I don't know. Is that good?
You should say, and I'm a little bi. No, I'm pan.
Pan. Right, what's the pan one?
It's okay. It's being attracted to anyone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like, I'm attracted to trans men and women.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Sexually. And romantically, like there's definitely some people I'm attracted to more romantically than sexually, and vice versa.
You're looking to get the best of this and the best of this and put it together.
All of it, yeah.
Right?
I just want one super person.
A Frankenstein.
Once
person.
everyone can, yeah. But yeah, no, I have crushes on. Female to male, non-binary, male to female people, like equal opportunity.
Right on.
Fully equal opportunity.
Do you see yourself? Do you picture yourself in the future and what your future looks like, or hopes and dreams and stuff like that?
I'm like not like I feel like a lot of women think about that.
People too. I think about it.
I just think a lot of people in this society base a lot of worth and self-worth on like a successful monogamous, usually straight marriage, or the idea of that. And queer people, that's what some of them want. But at the same time, it's not necessarily what all of them want. And straight people too, And I think things are changing and evolving, and I've never had like the great desire to like be a wife to anyone.
Sure.
And I would never have like a normal wedding. Like nobody's giving me away. Like, you know what I mean? The concept of like a big man like walking me to give me away to another man. Fine, but I want to be carried.
Oh,
and then I want to be handed off to the other.
I have a bad back.
Physically. But yeah, like all of that stuff is just kind of so silly to me. I do think like partnerships are great.
Yeah. Kids?
If I do, I got to do it soon. Just because women run out of time.
How old, may I ask your age?
I'm 48. Could you believe?
No, you're not.
Yeah.
Shut up.
No, I'm not. But like, he looks so stressed out right now.
But that's happened to me before, where somebody's told me their age. I'm like,
oh, it's LA.
You're not.
No,
age.
it's LA. Like I could be 48. I am LA 48.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm 35.
Yeah.
So I've got like 3 weeks.
You have like 20 years left
to decide whether or not I'm gonna have a child. Yeah, I am not Janet Jackson. I don't have Janet Jackson money. I can't give birth at like 55.
Isn't that crazy?
Didn't it almost kill her?
I assume so.
Like, that's just, go for it. But holy
there's a couple
shit.
people that have done stuff. Like Gwen Stefani did that.
You can get pregnant real old now if you're super rich.
Is it a rich thing?
Yo, yeah.
Why would...
Everything's a rich thing. AJ. You can test negative for HIV if you have enough money to cure yourself. Yeah.
What? So, like, pregnancy-wise, you think they just do all that outside of the body and then just put it in or something, and that's...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think the women, I don't know. I don't know anybody who's done it that late in life, but I would have to assume they have to take some kind of hormone or something like that because your body's not producing the things that you need to maintain a pregnancy. You'd have to assume. But, I'm positive, if you're rich enough, man, You can cure almost anything. You can make anything happen.
Would you adopt? I would like to adopt.
Hell no.
You want to adopt a kid?
I don't want any nasty orphans.
What? You adopt dogs?
I'm kidding. Yeah, I totally would. I don't think, like right now I'm not qualified because I don't like I'm not going to do that unless I own a house.
Sure.
And I'm like insanely financially stable and fully healthy and, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So, and I'm
That's a lot
so
to
far
take
away
on.
from that still that it's just not an option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand.
But who knows? Someday.
Someday.
Maybe.
That'd be nice.
Maybe.
And then I'll come over to your house.
And shove my kid.
And I'll be like, get the fuck out of my
Yeah.
way.
Get this orphan out of my face.
Your parents didn't want you.
It's
Oh,
true.
that's terrible.
Yeah. And I'll be like, and I barely want you. Welcome to the world. As Buddhists say, life is pain.
There was, you put up a picture of Jon Schnepp.
Yeah.
Jon Schnepp passed away recently, and you knew him apparently, I guess.
Yeah, that's my friend.
How well did you know John?
Pretty well.
He's going to do my podcast.
Yeah, not anymore.
No. Did you date?
No, he wishes.
Did he go down on you?
Twice.
Okay.
No, his girlfriend, who I call his wife, because like they've been together like 16 years. Right. Holly, she and John were both really good friends of mine.
From Chicago?
No, I met them after. I mean, I was in Chicago when I first met John, but he already lived in LA. So like there was no overlap. Like by the time I got to Chicago, they were already out.
Oh, okay.
Or he was already out there. And Holly's from the Bay Area, so like we grew up in the same area, so we get each other.
Okay.
And she's still one of my very best friends.
So you guys met, you guys kind of made a friendship out here in LA?
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I love them a lot. We all went to Susan Messing's wedding together.
Oh.
We got an Airbnb, and that was really fun.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a really big shock.
Yeah. 'Cause he died suddenly.
Yeah, it felt very unexpected. And it's still really hard and strange. It's like strange that he's not here.
Because you were in the hospital when he was in the hospital.
I was.
And
We were in the hospital at the same time.
And I saw you put up a picture of like a FaceTime you guys were doing.
He sent a photo to me
he did.
of himself doing the same pose I posted of myself doing in the hospital.
I thought it was a FaceTime.
And he had just had a fucking stroke.
Yeah.
Like, that's who he is. He's like, whatever I have going on, you know, what do other people need? He was a really selfless, kind, brilliant, generous, honest, and really fucking funny person.
He was really, I maybe I met him once a million years ago in early iOS days, but he was really nice. He had like a YouTube video thing that he was doing, and he mentioned my girlfriend and our charity stuff.
That's great.
And I was like, oh, that's a nice. Well,
Yeah.
Nice. And then after that, I reached out. I was like, yeah, you want to do my podcast? And he was into it, and somehow we just never got together, unfortunately.
Yeah. John's a great dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a real big blow this summer.
I'll bet.
That was real hard. It's been a real crazy year of getting sick and friends getting sick and family getting sick and
Your family's sick too?
Michael McCarthy I consider family.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought you guys said Michael Che. I was like,
Michael Che, he's sick, and I
eating
consider him
pussy.
family.
From
Yeah,
eating pussy.
he ate pussy and got an infection. Now he's dying. He's dead. Pussy killed him.
Sorry, Che.
Hey, sorry. Poor pussy.
Poor pussy eater. Well, hey, Em, thank you so much for talking with me.
Thanks for having me on. You're the best.
You're the best. I love you to
It's so
pieces.
good to see you. I love you.
You were so nice when I think I was still living in Chicago when you moved to LA.
Yeah.
Is that true? Is that right?
Yeah, I moved back to San Francisco in 2010 for like a year.
Okay. But I remember you would send me texts about like you were saying that you were talking to somebody about me or something, and just things were saying nice things about me or something.
Yeah.
Those were really sweet.
I want anyone who's good to feel good. And you're good. You're a good person. You're a good human. You're a beautiful man. And I mean, I don't want anyone who's bad to feel bad, but I'm not going to put any work into making them feel good.
Right, all right. That's fair.
But yeah, no, I've always loved you. You're so fucking like open and fucking kind and so handsome.
Oh, well,
I mean,
that's the most important.
The gals are going wild. Every time you get brought up, people go, "Does he eat pussy?"
You can tell me, yeah.
But yeah, like it's, and also you love dogs.
I do love dogs.
I mean, come on.
I'll be honest, before Banner, I did not love dogs.
Shut up.
I did not.
Why'd you get Banner then?
Because my girlfriend wanted a dog.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, all right, let's do it. And the second she put him in my hands, I was like, well, that's the end of that. I love dogs.
And now you like cough and a dog falls out of your mouth.
It's very true.
Also, you have birthdays for Banner, and I've been to two
That's
of
true.
them, and it's very funny.
That's true. And I'll invite you to the next one, too.
I love your dog's birthdays. My dog came to, not Banner's last birthday, but the birthday before that, at, what is it?
Zoom room?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
That was so much fun.
We're thinking of doing another one for the pups. You sound like a dog right there.
Oh, man.
Do you want to plug any social media stuff?
Never.
Anything like that?
Talk to Hollywood for that.
Do you want to plug Jack Ryan's show?
Oh, my God. Jack Ryan. It's such a bad...
Amazon Prime.
It's on Amazon Prime. You can watch it anytime. I highly suggest binging it. It's not good. And you should watch it. I like anything with like urgency, explosions, like heavy like panting.
Yeah, it has all that stuff.
Oh God, they're running nonstop. They're nervous as hell. They got sweaty upper lips all the time. It's so good. I love garbage.
I'm gonna have to try it.
I should be. It's definitely gonna get a second season because America Loves Garbage too, and I've just like. I mean, like, I just think I should be in it. Like, I just...
You want to be in it?
Yeah, I don't want to audition. I just want, like...
want an offer.
That's all I ever want. I refuse to audition for things. It's really funny. Because when I first moved here, it was like... all right, you got to go to this audition. Take a stethoscope and a white cloak. You're auditioning to be Dr. Acula. And, like, they, like, ask you to wear, like, costumes and shit. And I just am like, I have dignity.
Yeah.
I'm not wearing a costume. Like, even when they would be like...
If you have dignity, you're not going to work.
No, I know. That's why I am in the position I'm in now.
Yeah.
Like, even when they would be like, you got to wear a red shirt. I'd be like, do I? But do I?
I'm going to wear a green one.
Yeah. Who cares? Yeah. It's also silly and... Everyone feeling like everything's so important. Oh my God. It's like that feeling is what makes for so much bad work.
Life's too short. And do you think because of all your medical stuff going on now, does that give you a new perspective on life at all?
No. I think I've always just kind of been like a low-key dick. And like refused to accept the bullshit of the world. Like, I just was always like, no, that doesn't work for me. Like, and I don't have to.
If you were on a reality show, you would be the girl that's not here to make friends. Is that true?
No, I would be like, I'm here to make friends.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. I'd be like, I am here to make friends. And then I would be like, these producers are bullshit.
Oh, all right, maybe it's that
one. Yeah, it's the man,
okay.
Not the people.
All right, I'm
the
understanding.
The man, not the people.
I'm understanding you.
Yeah, and then all the people who do it, I'm just like, guys, come on. Like, women in LA lying about their age. Yeah. I'm like, we can look it up now.
So you're 35?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kidding, I'm 40. No, I am 35.
62.
But I've always been like, why are you lying about your age? You know people can just go on Facebook now. Yeah. Like, and also, like, women lying about their age, like, that's what's making this a fucking problem. Like, just be old and good.
Yeah, it's okay.
And people don't care if you're good. It's such a shame.
It's so sad.
Fucking models doing comedy all the time.
You need to stick around Hollywood.
What?
And run a company.
Yeah.
And then do things the Emily way. I want to see that.
I just want people I just want people taken care of.
Yeah.
Like, my people are still my people from Chicago to here. Like, that's what this stuff is about. Is like finding the people that you can create with, but in like an honest way, and then hanging on to them like a motherfucker. Mm. Like, there's so much garbage and so many weirdos and creeps, and if you find your people and you hang on to them, you're always going to be okay.
Your tribe.
Yeah.
What you call it, a tribe. I'm starting to call things tribes. Thank you so much. I love you.
I love you.
And thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. I feel so lucky.
And good luck with all your tests and all that bullshit.
Honestly, like, it'll be funny no matter what, and that's all that matters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. And scene.
Bye.
There you go, folks. That was Emily Candini. Thank you so much, Emily, for coming by and talking with me. It was great to see you. I have to give you a call soon. I hope to see you soon. And I hope all that medical stuff goes well. I will hope that very badly. One more time for my socials. Go to Twitter at EJ Scott and EJ Podcast, Instagram EJScott1106, website EJScott.com, Running Blind documentary on Amazon, Google Play, and iTunes, and curechm.org to learn more about choroideremia. Thank you so much. Go subscribe on iTunes and iHeartRadio. Don't miss any of my past podcasts and don't miss any of the future ones. See you next time.